Go ahead. Just check real fast.
Testing. One, two,
Check, check.
three. Check, 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 check.
Test. Welcome in to DH Conley High School for yet another beautiful softball game day. Pamlico County versus DH Conley, the number 2 team in the state. Hello, everyone. My name is Cole Martin. Alongside me is my guy, Josh Rogister. Josh, so nice to have you here on
Oh,
this beautiful afternoon.
it is a privilege to be here today. So excited for the game, getting to be on the channel. Can't wait, especially to see our phenom, Miss Howard, get
Yes,
on the bump today. I'm so excited.
yes, absolutely. As he mentioned, Kendall Howard once again on the bump today for the Vikings. This is going to be her ninth appearance of the season. We'll get more into lineups and stats after they do the national anthem. But one thing that I do want to note and talk about before we get into the game is the actual matchup itself. Pamlico County sitting at 4-7 so far this year, 2-2 in their conference. DH Conley 8-0 and 2-0 in their conference. They picked up a couple of wins last week versus White Oak and then South Central. And so, Josh, I wanted to ask you mainly just about what we could maybe expect from Pamlico County today. From on paper, they don't seem as strong, but what
Yeah.
do you think that they could do to maybe find some success today against such a star-studded lineup?
To find some success, you're going to want to push your counts as far out as you can. Anytime you come in with some batting averages that are lower and a pitcher that you know is highly touted and highly respected, you want to extend those counts. Sometimes you might even get a coach that pushes you into taking until you get a strike. And it's all about what you can do on the base paths. No base paths errors. How many bases can you steal? And how many times can you extend it and put pressure on defense and force errors? To be honest with you, especially if you have somebody that's just got special wheels, they can put pressure on a pitcher like this. Hey, ball in play, something magical might happen.
Absolutely, and as you're talking about substitutions and pinch runners, that's something that Conley uses a lot in the form of Brooke Rose and Anna Rose, and we'll see Brooke Rose play today. She'll be the designated player, which means she will bat in place of Reagan Stocks. Stocks is going to play left field, but Brooke Rose will bat in her spot in the 9 spot. Well, we are about to get underway with lineups, and the national anthem preview is complete. And so we will get back to the action here in just a moment, right here on DHC Game Day. Well, the anthem is complete, and it is officially go time from Hollywood. So we will show you that defensive lineup now as the Vikings warm up, of course, on the mound. Kendall Howard. I mean, what else do we have to say? The stats speak for themselves with that .17
Absolutely.
ERA. Just so impressive. 97 strikeouts in 42 innings pitched. Josh, like, with that kind of pitcher, what does that even, like, what kind of
Unreal.
momentum do you even get from that, like, as a team? Like, even if you're not even hitting that well in a game, like that's got to fire you up if your pitcher's just on fire like that.
And you will hear from all sorts of pitching coaches all over the place that out number one is king. There's
Hmm.
all sorts of percentages that you can find out there for when somebody gets on first to lead off an inning. What the odds are of them scoring is always over 50%. Pretty much every level of baseball, when you strike out that first hitter, nothing like helping your odds out, and you can get out of any jam. Nothing like the special one.
And nothing like getting strike number one in an at bat as
Yep.
well. And that is something that we will see a lot tonight from Kendall Howard. That's something that I've noticed over these past couple games is that she will get strike one real quick on you in a hurry. But outside of her, of course, Lena Zerfis catching behind the dish. She has been really good at stopping pass balls, balls in the dirt. So we'll see how she plays out defensively this evening. Then, of course, Sarah Booth, Harper Bradley, Ava Gaddis, and Taylor Ulrich line out the infield. But then in the outfield, we have Reagan Stocks, who is not batting today. Brooke Rose will bat in her place. Monica Jones in center, and then Taylor Getzinger in right field.
Oh,
Just
I mean,
about time to get underway here from DH Conley. Kylea Baker will lead things off for the Hurricanes from Pamlico County.
if you see it, they've already creeped the third baseman, and they might be looking slat bunt.
That first pitch is grounded down the first base line, but foul.
I mean, that is a long way down the line the third base has gotten.
Yes. Taylor Ulrich over there at third. She's creeping in just a little bit to start this one. Oh one. That one's up high.
Yes, she did.
And Baker will check her swing. They'll say that she went around. Quick 0-2 on Baker to start the game. We'll see if Howard can get another punch out on the season. That one's off the plate outside.
Let's see if she can set something up here and maybe tunnel a changeup. She just missed wide after two high in a row. Maybe she can trick the eyes a little bit and run that changeup up there and get a swing over the top of it. She's rolling the grip. Who knows?
1-2. That one's lined out into right field. No, that'll go foul. Good piece of contact there from Baker, and she actually wasn't even on the roster that I printed out and wrote notes for, so I don't really know a whole lot about her. But I think one thing that we noticed in warm-ups was just how good of an arm she had, how well she played fielding-wise for the Hurricanes. So we'll see what she can do hitting-wise as well, and she will
And it's a
cut
punch.
at that one and miss for out number one of the ball game.
You were speaking of her athleticism. We saw her that first. It was a first ball hit. The coach drilled one all the way to the wall, and she ran it down like nothing.
Yes.
Full on, just ran it down.
That strikeout kind of seemed like a change of speeds there. A couple of fastballs to start Baker off in the at bat, and then got her with the changeup to end it. So Haley Shamblin will step into the box. She will swing at pitch number one and miss. Shamblin so far this year is batting .345, 10 hits through 34 plate appearances, 2 doubles out of those 10 hits. 0-1
The
will
misses.
not
I
find
guess
the plate.
a little in maybe.
Might have been from our angle out here in left field. It's a little tricky to tell those inside pitches. One one. That one's fouled back. 1 ball and 2 strikes now.
Straight back. A lot of fastballs early.
Yes, we'll probably be seeing a lot of that in this game from the games that I have called so far up to this point. I've seen a lot of the fastball, not a whole lot off speed or breaking wise.
Sometimes it's all you need. Yep,
And
she
there it is
chases.
right there. That fastball up high is always so good for Kendall Howard, and she will get the second out of the inning, courtesy of a swinging strikeout.
2 quick punch outs. Is this our pitcher? Is that correct? Up at the plate?
Yes, it is. Avery Kane at the dish now. This year, batting wise, she's 259, 6 hits through 34 plate appearances, but she's pitching today. That's her main role, 269 ERA, and she'll swing at that one and miss.
Well behind on that one, but it's always good to see a Shohei, you know?
Oh,
A little bit of
yeah, oh
hitting, a
yeah, oh
little bit
yeah,
of
oh
hitting.
yeah.
It's a good
Well, I mean
time.
that's just what you'll see in high school softball. So
Yep.
that is pretty neat to see. Yes. 0-1. That one's lifted straight up in the air, but that'll go out of play. One thing that we will talk about as the Hurricanes take the field in the bottom of the inning is the fielding and the errors that have been made. And Avery Kane has only given up 15 earned runs so far through 8 appearances, which can seem like a bit much. I mean, especially compared to what we see from Kendall Howard. That one's
Bloop the
line.
other
That's going
way,
to
and it's
fall.
gone.
That's going to be a base hit. Kane with a nice piece of hitting to get that to fall in right field. But as I was saying, she's only given up 15 earned runs, but she's also given up 45 runs total, so 30 unearned runs. We'll see how that plays out. But there you go, getting a base hit to start her day.
There you go. Good piece of hitting, able to push the ball down the line. Got a little jammed, a little pushback and jammed. But this is what we were talking about in pregame. If they can get people on and start to just impress on the bases a little bit, might be able to make a run out of it.
So it'll be the first baseman now, Peyton Forrest. She's the best hitter statistically on this team, 429 to 32 plate appearances, 12 hits, a couple of those for extra bases, 1 double, and 2 triples. 1 on with 2 away in the inning. 1 ball and no strikes to Force. And she will wave at that one. Be 1-1 now.
1-1. Let's see if they set her up to go here. Didn't see the coach give any signs, but let's see if our runner gets off.
She will stay, and the pitch is up
Stay.
high. It seems like Zerfus is keeping an eye on her as well. She keeps checking over there after each pitch. Two balls and 1 strike to the cleanup hitter. That one's up high, 3-1.
And Zerfus goes out to check on their pitcher.
Here's a crazy stat just to look at what I have written on my sheet for Kendall Howard. Opposing batters are batting .060 against Kendall Howard. That is a wild stat to consider. And Avery Kane has done something that most batters don't do, which is get on base against Kendall Howard.
Especially in the way of getting a hit.
You'll take him any way that you can get him. Here's the 3-1. She will wave at that one, and the count will run full.
All right, full count. The runner is gonna be going.
Yes,
They're gonna be off and running.
that's something that Force will have to lock in on. Make sure to not get distracted by the runner moving from first to second. Focus on the pitch. Here's the full count pitch,
Hey,
and
she
that
goes
will be
after it.
swung on and missed for out number 3 in the inning. 3 strikeouts for Kendall Howard here in the top of the first. We'll head to the bottom of the inning. Welcome back. Bottom of the first inning. 3 punch-outs for Kendall Howard to start her day in the top of the first. And we will see how this Vikings offense will fare. Last broadcast that I got to do was against Wake Forest. They only managed 2 runs, and they won that game 2-0. It came off the bat of Ava Gaddis, who is at the plate now. Had a 2-run double to get over the left fielder's head and roll all the way to the wall. Big time win there. Wake Forest is the projected 4 seed in 7A, and Conley, the number 2 team in the state, projected as the 1 seed in the East. The number 1 team in the state is also in 7A, but they're in the West, which is Weddington. And so you got to imagine, what if you get the top 2 teams in the state championship for 7A? That'd be crazy.
That would be truly incredible. To have just the continued success over the last couple of years with softball and baseball and staying in those ranks. I mean, there's nothing like it. It sets a culture for all the young people coming in. I mean, your seniors do a great job of setting that.
It's like you want to be a part of this Conley program. I mean, they have 4 rings in their history. Ava Gass will ground out the third. Morris has got the flip over to Force for out number 1 in the inning. But as I was saying, 4 total state championships for Conley in their history.
Yes.
You've got a great head coach who's in his 11th season, had that ring back in 2022. And this is just a very storied program. Really, in the past couple of decades is really where it's been at. And this program is always on fire year after year.
First pitch is a ball, and that absolutely. I remember just the days of going out to the field to support my sister because my sister played under our current coach here too, and she got to win 2 state championships with Conley, and it was nothing like when we go to state and there was the final 2 teams, and it's just electric, man. So.
Well, I would love to see that happen personally, and this is a selfish kind of thing to say, but I would love to have the opportunity to commentate one of those games. And Harper Bradley will line that out into center field for a 1-out base knock. But having the opportunity to call a state championship would be really cool to do.
Absolutely. Yeah, I just remember walking out, and it was this huge concourse, and it goes down into a bowl. It's NC State Stadium where we played it, and I can still remember it to this day, and how excited my sister was and our family on the field. It was great.
So it'll be Lena Zerfus now. She statistically is the best hitter on this team. She'll line that foul down the third base line. Just went foul. This year batting .586 as a senior, 17 hits through 31 plate appearances. 3 of those hits carried over the wall for a home run.
That's twice now the infielders trying to just get the ball to the pitcher have thrown it over her head.
37 errors so far this year for this Hurricanes defense. National average is 20 errors at the current moment. So we'll see how that plays out fielding-wise today. And Zerfus will take the 0-1 inside. Count will run to 1-1. No, actually, they called a strike there. Okay, I thought for a second he called a ball. That's one thing that I have noticed with high school softball is sometimes the umpire takes a while to make his call. 0-2 is grounded to shortstop. Scott has it. No, and she'll fumble it.
And there's those errors we're speaking of. They catch up.
First error of the day for Pamlico County.
Yeah, what I'm hoping from our umpires is somebody that's had the privilege and the joy to do it is you want an umpire that's vocal. Like you want to be able, even for the people that can't catch every glimpse, you want to hear and you want conviction immediately. Because when you get that lack of conviction, coach can start getting into, hey, what are we doing here? Are you sure on the zone? And you can kind of play that game out. But you want someone that is loud, in charge, but also respectful and kind to everyone. So, what's he? Is he having equipment?
Not sure what's going on here. Sarah Booth will be the batter. She's the cleanup hitter for the Vikings, playing first base. She's been playing first base throughout the whole season, of course. Today she is too. Batting .238 this year. She does have a home run to her name through 28 plate appearances. Game number 9 of the season for the Vikings. 8-0 up to this point, earning them the number 2 spot in the state rankings. Booth will square to bunt. There goes Bradley. She'll take third. No throw down.
Oh, delayed
steal. That is Anna Rose out there pinch running, by the way, for Lena Zerfus, and they will both move up 60 feet. It just kind of seemed like Booth was frozen there at the plate. She kept the bat there for a while, even after the pitch was thrown.
Just a little bit of a stall tactic. just to see where it goes. That's all in good fun. And to
No
the 0-1.
balls, 1 strike to Sarah Booth. Couple runners in scoring position with 1 away. She'll foul that off to the right side, out of play.
Into the bat. Found herself sinking down there on the outside corner. Ball was dropping a little and just pushed it right away. 0-2. How long can you battle here and see if maybe you can flare something to the right side? Anything on the ground will probably score.
You've got to imagine this next pitch will be a little strategic. Won't probably leave anything in the middle of the zone to a cleanup hitter. So we'll see if Sarah Booth can lay off a pitch out of the zone here. And she will cut on and miss. Left it at the bottom of the zone. Seemed like a changeup. And Kane will get Sarah Booth down on strikes. So that'll be the senior right fielder, Taylor Getzinger. She's typically out in center field, but for today, she is playing right field. 208 average to start the season through 25 plate appearances. Has 5 hits. She'll pop that one straight up, but that will fall out of play.
Clutch moment for your 5-hole hitter here.
This would be a big-time moment to get a pair of runs to start the evening, but only 2 outs. Next pitch fouled back again.
Oh man, but I hope you see it too. Look at how wide the shortstop and second baseman are playing.
Yes.
I mean, the center of the field right now. I mean, your outfielders are kind of at mid-depth, little bit of gap, but nothing crazy. If you could just shoot a ball up the middle, that is a dream here.
And just thinking about the speed of Anna Rose, and as well as her twin sister Brooke Rose, that one's fouled back. They both have incredible speed, and so even just a simple ball, ground ball into the outfield will more than likely score both of the runners. Oh, 2 to Getzinger. And she will foul that again. This Vikings offense not as strong as they were last year, but there's only so much offense that you need when you have really good pitching. Another 0-2 offering. That one grounded foul again. Getzinger battling here with 2 away, 2 on.
Just doing the very thing I was saying that Pamlico County should be doing.
Yes.
Extending these at bats, trying to string it along.
Next pitch is popped straight up, and that one's going to be in play. Scott is underneath it. She arranges all the way over to the second base area for the 3rd out of the inning. No score after 1 inning. We will head to the top of the 2nd. All right. Welcome back. Top half of the 2nd inning. Kendall Howard will face 5, 6, and 7. 3 strikeouts in the 1st inning. Gave up a base hit down the right field line. a little uncharacteristic of her, and she will fire in a strike to Sarah Scott. Scott making a good play, ranging over to second base from her shortstop position to make the third out of the inning in the Vikings half of the first.
And here comes the 0-1.
That was just up high. Be 1-1.
You heard that first pitch. The mitt popped. That thing popped.
Pamlico County has a team batting .268 this year, 63 hits through 11 games. I feel like maybe Howard should be filling up the zone a little bit more, and she will there, but home plate umpire will rule that one a ball. Seemed like a pretty good pitch from here. But yeah, I feel like she's missed a couple of spots so far. I mean, I'll get your opinion on this, Josh.
Yeah.
Do you feel like maybe she should be locating more in the zone, seeing if she can get any contact going, just based off of the lack of success on the offensive half from Pamlico County?
Well, anytime you see an offense that's going through struggles early in a season, you want to attack them and you want to be smart in how you do it. And a lot of the times that is with gas. And you see she's trying to do that. Um, she's pulled high on everything. I mean, she's super extended today. Let's watch on this pitch here on the 3-1.
3-1 offering is fouled out of
And
play
kept that one
to the
down.
right.
It just looks like she's extended super far on her strides, and a lot of balls are going up high. Maybe she's throwing a riser, but it looks more like a fastball just from my angle there. Um, but yeah, I mean, you always, when a team is struggling, you want to attack the zone and especially get in on the hands. To be honest with you, you don't even have to worry too much about attacking corners on the full foul ball. Go stay full.
Good cut there from Sarah Scott to foul that one back and keep the at-bat going. We've seen that a couple times so far, even with how early on it has been in this game, is that a couple of these Pamlico County batters have been battling late in their at-bats. Next full count offering is upstairs, and Sarah Scott will draw a leadoff walk.
You'll see too, and I know we were talking about mixing things up earlier. Every single hitter has looked like they've come up with the same approach. Both of them are low. Their hands are not low on the bats. They're super connected, and it looks like they're hunting fastball. That's what you see when you see foul balls that go directly back. You know you're more under a baseball, but you're getting square on it, and you're trying to create backspin. They might be sitting fastball. Because have you seen a swing on a off-speed pitch, which we've only seen two so far that I remember? Not really. It's been
That's one thing that I haven't really thought about too, is just the spin on a softball is different than when you're throwing a baseball. And so I've watched so much baseball in my life and not quite as much softball. And so I've always, thought about, like, and something that I've just now thought about actually is, what is the spin like when it's getting to home plate, when they're fouling it back, trying to make contact, how that plays a factor.
It's almost like an illusion that it's coming up to you. It's just a little
That
bit
underhand motion makes a difference.
There you go. There's a change up, strike three. Little change of pace there on that one, and you could tell. It didn't rise up much. It had more dip, so that's a great recovery right there.
Howard worked Morris to an 0-2 and got a very quick third strike there. And so now we will see the left fielder, Allie Daniels.
And that's what you were talking about, filling up the zone. It didn't matter where she put it. She put it down the middle both times, got swings and misses.
And I think that you could maybe play a little bit easier here now with the bottom of the lineup coming through.
But you saw it was just an overpowered. The batter was just overpowered there, and also a very late square on her part to set up the 0-1 here. You don't have time to pull back when you get squared that late. But look, she's in the back of the box. She's super compact.
One away in the inning, courtesy of a strikeout that just happened a few moments ago. Runner on first. Next pitch is swung on and missed. The runner's going, and a great throw and a great tag to get Sarah Scott out at second base.
Fantastic throw. Let it into the tag. You're not hitting right in the middle of the bag. You're hitting at the bottom, leading your player left in order to make the tag. And a great job finishing it, too. Getting to the top of the hand. Make sure you don't miss and get to the body so the umpire sees it. It's an easy out.
Next one is lined straight out into left field, and that one's going to carry.
Gone. What a swing. It just looked like it carried all. I mean, it was floating.
It just barely snuck over the wall out here in left field. But Allie Daniels will put up the first run of the evening here in this ball game.
What an incredible swing. It looked more like a chop, but she just sent it. It was.
Howard had her 0-2 as well. Would have gotten out of the inning. And I think what we were just talking about might have backfired on Howard, filling up the zone, especially here in the bottom of the lineup. I mean, that was just the 7-hole batter that just golfed that one out.
But as we said, we've only really seen a couple off-speed pitches. She can attack the zone in all sorts of different myriads of ways, but if you got players sitting on things, you may find a ball leaving the yard. But hey, there's the old rule in baseball: solos do not kill you.
That's right. That is the first home run that Howard has given up this year. That is just the second earned run she has given up in total on the season.
It's incredible.
Only 2 runs, both of them earned to her name on the season. Second one just occurring there. Melody Armstrong in the box now, 1-0 to her. She'll square to bunt, but she'll pop that back against the cage.
With an accomplishment like that, somebody's got to buy that girl whatever she wants. Like I said, just full on. And that's incredible. A good moment for her, but obviously not what we want as Viking
Yes.
fans ourselves. Got the 1-1.
Melody Armstrong batting 176 this year, 3 hits through 28 plate appearances, 2 away in the inning, but 1 already across. She will swing at that one and miss for strike number 2.
Yeah, well behind on that one.
Maybe a little frustration from Kendall Howard after giving up that 2-out solo shot to left field. 1-2 is just up high. It'll be 2-2 now.
Speaking of the concession stand, I had a friend named Emery growing up in baseball, and this man could hit like no one I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Every home run, he was addicted to chocolate. We bought him anything he wanted.
That's funny.
Do the same for her. Got to.
2-2 is swung on and missed for out number 3 in the inning. But the Hurricanes strike first in this one off the bat of Allie Daniels, a solo shot, and the Hurricanes are up 1-0. We'll head to the home half of the second. Welcome back, home half of the second. Hurricanes of Pamlico County up on DH Conley 1-0 early in the game. It'll be the pitcher, Kendall Howard, now up to the dish, maybe trying to get some revenge for that home run that she just gave up in that inning.
Another very tight zone there for ball 1. Look good from our angle, but we will take it.
One ball and no strikes to the Vikings pitcher. She'll ground that straight to Scott at short. She'll make the throw over to Force at first for the first out of the inning.
That was another player that was impressive in warm-ups. Their shortstop and third baseman did a good job collecting everything. A lot of hard hit balls all throughout warm-ups, just prepping. But you love nothing more as a shortstop than to just see one skidding low to the ground. No big hops that are heavy on you.
And you yourself played third base for a time, if I'm correct in that, Josh.
That's right. That's right. I played mostly shortstop all the way through middle school when I first got to high school. But as time went on, I moved over to the hot corner. Um, and it is a totally different world. I will just tell you the truth. As a pitch misses, to make the count 1-1. But man, it is a whole different world playing the hot corner. Your responsibilities, but also the way the ball comes off the bat. I personally love shortstop more, but it's just one man's opinion.
1-1 is just outside. The count will run to 2 balls and 1 strike. Vikings trying to get one back here in this inning after a home run off the bat of Allie Daniels for Pamlico County. Orich will ground that one foul down the third base line. Here's the 2-2. She will leave that one just off the plate. Man, that was very, very close, and now the count will run full. Full count offering to the Vikings third baseman. And she will ground that to third base. Morris will flip it over to Force for the second out of the inning. Some early work for both the shortstop and the third baseman, Scott and Morris, for the Hurricanes. Couple ground outs to both of them, couple pop outs.
It's another example. The left side of the infield, it seems very, very solid.
So now it'll be Monica Jones. She stepped up in more of a field role so far this year. Last year as a freshman, she had a lot more outings pitching wise. She'll pop that one straight up. Force ranged over behind her, and the ball will drop foul.
Two defenders collapsed and couldn't quite get a call off with anybody there. They just both almost out of the way. No balls, 1 strike.
This year, Monica only has 3 plate appearances, so number 4 for her. She's batting 500, and Scott could not quite make the play. Soft line drive, to Scott at short, and she could not quite make the play. I don't think I'm going to score that as an error.
No, 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 no.
I'd probably put that down as a base hit.
Absolutely.
The scoreboard behind us does not say hits or errors, whereas at the baseball field it does. Next batter will be Brooke Rose. She's more of a pinch hitter kind of player, pinch runner, I should say, but she is batting today. She's playing in the 9 spot in place of Reagan Stocks. Stocks is the flex left fielder, but of course Brooke Rose being the designated player, and she'll kind of check swing at that, and that's going to go foul.
Sometimes it make you wonder if it's just that easy to hit the ball, and then you remember you have to swing fully, and you remember how hard it is.
I think back to my time playing Winterville Little League. I was so weak I couldn't even get the bat to go all the way around when I made contact.
Oh, man.
Next pitch is low. Runner will go. Jones will swipe second with ease. So a runner in scoring position with 2 away. Another opportunity to maybe score at least 1 run. Vikings offense stranded a pair, both of them in a scoring position back in the first. 1-2 to Rose. That one's going to be just inside for ball number 2.
She's had that pitcher's count. Every time she's gotten to 0-2, she seems to start just slowly working down into the dirt. Seen a lot of ground balls. She'll say she's doing the same, but if I'm a catcher, I got to be ready to drop and block. So I got our runner on second here.
2-2 is lined to second, but Sinclair will make the catch for out number 3. The Vikings will strand a runner and will not score any runs here in the bottom of the second. It's 1-0 Pamlico County. We'll head to the third. Welcome back, top half of the third inning. Pamlico County and DH Conley High School. Cole Martin and Josh Rochester with you here. We are approaching golden hour here at the Crossroads, and such a great evening for some softball. Hardly any wind. Past
Yeah.
couple live streams that I've had to do for softball, it has been brutal with the wind, especially the last one. You should have seen me trying to hang on to all my papers. Pollen was flying everywhere. It was awful.
But you made the good move to bring tape this
Yes,
week, and we
yes,
got the all of our stats down.
that's right. 9-1-2 is what Kendall Howard will face here in the top of the third. Alyssa Sinclair, who made the play to end the previous inning, will step into the batter's box. It's 1-1 to her.
One ball, one strike. Here comes the offering.
So cut and miss at that one. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 5 strikeouts so far for Kendall Howard through 2 innings. All of them swinging. But, of course, that solo shot given up back in the second inning. Allie Daniels with the shot just over the left field fence. 1-2 is up high with 2 balls and 2 strikes.
A lot of wide misses high. It just keeps continuing.
We'll see if she can find the zone here to the 9-hole batter. And she
There we
will
go.
do just that. Sinclair will wave at that one for strike number 3. So the lineup will turn back over now. It'll be Kylia Baker, her first time up, struck out swinging.
Cole, how many strikeouts in the first 9 batters going through once? Was it 7 or was it
We're at 6 so far
6
for Kendall
strikeouts?
Howard. First pitch is grounded down the third base line, but foul. Seemed like she got out in front of that one. Maybe a pitch outside. Had to turn on it a little bit there.
Come on, coach, make a play. It was rolling. It wasn't too hard for him.
And we will see a mound visit here from Coach Deans. No one warming up in the pen right now. We'll see what he's having to say. What do you think he's saying right now in this moment?
So, something like this, especially after a strikeout to open an inning, and your leadoff comes back around. I think this is more of a defensive positioning, and your next 2 batters,
Mm-hmm.
um, with no trouble on the bases, and you just got your first pitch strike there. This isn't any critique on technique or form or trying to calm anybody down. This is more probably of a defensive decision
Mm-hmm.
that's going to be made. And there's your signal from the catcher right there. So,
Yeah.
so they discussed some style of defensive positioning, especially because she did square it in the first at bat. And then there she's pulled a ball, so
Yes, Taylor Ulrich not cheating in as much
not quite.
this time at third base. Seems like she might be wanting to cheat in a little bit.
If anything, the first baseman now is
Yes.
foul.
That one's fouled straight back.
But now that you're in a 2-strike count, we'll see how they play it because you're probably not going to lay any type of bunt down.
Right. One away in the inning. Leadoff batter back around for the Hurricanes, Kylia Baker. No balls and 2 strikes to her. Here's the offering from Howard. She'll get her swing in. Strikeout number 7 on the evening for Kendall Howard.
Two quick ones in the inning.
It'll now be Haley Shamlin, the catcher for the Hurricanes. She also struck out swinging her first time up back in the first inning. First pitch to her is well upstairs. It'll be 1-0.
She's able to hold there. You can even see on the flexing when she went through right there. She's expecting fastball. She's gearing up for it. Because the first I bet she was really blown away by all fastballs.
There's only so much you can do from that short of a distance from home
Yeah.
plate to the mound, especially with a really good fastball from Howard. And that one
Little
was
jam.
fouled out of play. Tried to make contact there, and yeah, I could tell. You could see her kind of shaking her hands a little bit. That's got to sting.
It's never until about May when hitters all start getting about getting comfortable, which in high school ball it's April, where the weather gets a little warmer, hitters get more of an
Hmm.
advantage. Gosh, in those cold months, that bat can sting.
I think about once again going back to my time playing Winterville League, just playing in like the month of December, November, like that was just
Oh,
terrible.
terrible.
I mean, especially with the metal bat, you get jammed and your hands are gonna be hurting for a couple of hours. Is what it feels like. I remember walking home with my dad, or walking to the car with my dad after a game, and like I just kind of felt like my hands were kind of still ringing a little bit on a cold night.
She got her chasing a little up and out there. Let's see if she dives in, if she relocates it. Yeah, dives in. It was one of the two. She's either going to repeat the pitch and challenge, or she was going to dive in and try to get a chase. But well, that sets us up for a little 2-2 count here. As long as you don't lose her with your gamble.
2 outs, 2 balls, and 2 strikes to the Hurricanes catcher. Here's the pitch from Howard. And that was going to be up high. The count will run full.
And this is why you have to be careful with waste pitches, almost like attempting a chase on somebody that's struggling with something. Sometimes you got to make them prove to you that they can put it in play, they can hit it.
Kendall Howard in danger of giving up her fourth base runner on the evening, especially with 2 outs here. You would not want that. Try and get out of the inning. That one's popped out of play.
Went back to the fastball. She's getting more assured in that overtime. She's hitting middle more. You're not seeing the high misses. I think she's got it back down and corrected. But we'll see as the 3-2 battle continues. What is this? This is a third batter that's gotten to 3-2 and really
Yes.
battled. Extended 3-2.
Yes. Here's the full count offering to Shamblin. That one's up high for ball 4. So the fourth base runner given up today by the Vikings ace. Still 2 away in the inning, but it'll now be the pitcher Avery Kane, her first time up. Blooped a little single out there in the right field, just past the infield dirt onto the grass. But a base hit is a base hit. One thing I have noticed here, Josh, I don't know if you picked up on it. A couple of the batters kind of have this bomb pop kind of style of bat. Do you see that?
Oh yeah.
The blue on the
The old
bottom,
icy.
white in the middle, and then red on the top.
The
It
USA
kind of looks like a
pop.
bomb pop.
I thought about mentioning it the first time she came up. Oh, she's gone to late steal. It's in the outfield. She
Not as good of a
holds.
throw from Lena Zerfus there. She was late getting up and throwing the ball. It seems like she hesitated at first. I'm not sure. It almost seemed like Avery Kane got in the way of the throw.
And nothing from the umpire behind home there.
Yes.
It's a ball traveling into center. No signaling, so really nothing in question.
So Haley Shamblin will get into scoring position with 2 away. We'll see if Avery Kane can maybe bloop something again to score Shamblin. Next pitch is up high to her. Be 2 balls and a strike.
I will say with this pitcher on the mound, though, I doubt she's going to be too aggressive yet in the at-bat. These are your type of moments with a runner in scoring position. You don't want to put anything weak in play.
Especially with the 3-hole batter,
Uh-huh.
and she'll leave that one up. 3 balls and 1 strike now.
This is what they call the pigeonhole at-bat. You got runners in scoring position. You're ahead in the count. All you want to do is you want to pick a spot and you want to pick a pace. It's called pigeonholing at the plate. And that's what she looks like she's doing. I mean, she didn't flinch on high. She was looking low.
Much needed strike here in this position. Wouldn't want to give up another base runner, and she will swing and miss at that one.
To a full count.
Kind of left that just at that spot, kind of at the letters. Wasn't sure, is that going to be just outside of the zone? Do I swing? And she just went for it. So the count will run full. We do have a little bit of action in the Vikings bullpen, and I can't quite make out the number. That's why I have these binoculars, but these
Number
binoculars
16.
are not great.
Number 16, up in the pen. And here comes the full.
Payoff offering is right down the middle for strike 3. Her 8th strikeout on the evening. Kendall Howard trying to settle in after that home run in the second, but the Vikings will strand a runner will head to the home half of the third. Welcome back, home half of the third inning here from the Hollywood Crossroads. Pamlico County up 1-0 off the bat of Allie Daniels, a solo shot out here into left field, and the lineup will turn over for the Vikings. Ava Gaddis will start things off. First time up, she grounded out to third base. We'll see if she can get into the hit column to start things off in the bottom of the third. First pitch she sees is up high, 1 ball and no strikes. Do have a little bit of activity in the bullpen. Monica Jones. We'll see if she can get her first appearance of the year. As I had already mentioned earlier in the broadcast, Monica Jones, predominantly a pitcher last year, and Ava Gaddis will line that out into the left center field gap. That's going to go all the way to the wall. Gaddis will get in to second with a stand-up double. Good piece of hitting to start things off in the third for the Vikings.
Just cleared the left fielder. She made an attempt at it, but way to get into 2 there. Quick relays in from center.
But as I was mentioning, Monica Jones out there warming up. We'll see how far Coach Deans will leave Kendall Howard in, especially with giving up a couple of base runners here early in the game. First pitch Harper Bradley sees will be up high. 1 ball and no strikes. Good RBI situation for her. She's got 4 RBIs through her 30 plate appearances. Batting .360 this year as a junior. No outs here in the bottom of the third. And see that pitch looked really good, Josh. I'm not going to lie to you, but they'll call that one a ball. 2-0.
Take ball 2. You see the runner at second getting a running lead off the back.
Yes, at first I
lead.
thought she was about to go, but then she stopped halfway. 2-0. And that one will find the plate. 2 balls and a strike to the Vikings second baseman.
More of a technique for her. She has tried it again, so I think that's all it is.
2-1 is lifted straight up in the air. Shamblin's in pursuit, and she cannot make the catch.
Fortunate break. Very fortunate break. Catcher got under it, had time. Just couldn't quite reel it in. She turned that glove over well early. I mean, the ball's dropping late, and she tried to turn the glove over, and it just caught her.
So Bradley will live to see another pitch. 2 balls and 2 strikes to her. She will sky that out into right field. So Armstrong is under it and will make the grab.
Came a long way for that one. Now hung up in the air for a good while. Great play by the right fielder.
So once again, a really good RBI opportunity, and this time for the Vikings' best hitter, Lena Zerfus. Her first time up, she advanced on an error by the shortstop Scott. First pitch to her is off the plate, 1 ball and no strikes.
Right field backed up even further. There's a lot of grass in between right and center right now.
And that one's ripped into left field. Gaddis will stay at third. That ball was hammered on the ground.
Great job by the third baseman just to get a piece on it.
Yes.
Slow it down. Make sure that your left fielder can get in. If anything, she saved a run. We'll see if it pans out for her or the Vikings' way. Oh, looks like we have a runner 4.
Yes. I believe that is Anna Rose checking in again. She pinch ran for Zerfus back in the first as well. Might have to check the glove of Morris there. I think a piece of it might be singed off after how hard that ball was hit.
1 down in the third.
So it'll be Sarah Booth now, strikeout swinging in the first inning. She turned really hard on that one. I mean, I feel like if she
almost
was able to put that ball into play, I feel like maybe that ball might have carried. She got underneath it at the right spot.
You think you'd catch it if it got right to you?
I don't know. I'm nervous, Josh. I don't really want one hit right out to me. And that one's on the
Oh
ground over to
no.
short. The flip
Oh
over to
wait.
second is into the outfield. So Gaddis will score on the throwing error. A ground ball over to Scott at short. She tried to make the flip over to Sinclair at second, but threw it into the outfield for the first run of the ball game for the Vikings.
Second error of the day for the Canes. This
That-
one ends up costing them a run.
And that's something that, once again, we have mentioned multiple times, is that this team is very error prone. 37 errors so far this season, and already a couple to start the day. So it'll be Taylor Getzinger in the box now. A couple runners on. Only one out in the inning. Sarah Booth at first. Anna Rose pinch running for Lena Zerfus over at second. That one's
Short.
again grounded to Scott, but it goes right between her legs. Anna Rose is being sent home,
Cut off.
but is cut off by Avery Kane. And so Anna Rose will score. And once again, I'm not sure how I should score it. I probably will score that
That'll be through the legs. That'll be an error.
as another error. So another costly mistake by the Hurricanes shortstop. And it'll score another run. It'll now be the pitcher, Kendall Howard, her first time up, grounded out to shortstop. And we mentioned earlier how third base is typically known as the hot corner, but so far in this one, it has been shortstop.
It's been shortstop. She has had a lot hit her way, and early on in innings she was handling it well. This one just skids right through.
Still two runners on, one away in the inning. Next pitch to Howard is up high, 2 balls and no strikes. The sun has just about set behind the trees. Still enough sunlight here in the evening, but shadows have covered the entire field. 2-0 is in there for a strike.
Late strike call again. I will say I will give credit to the shortstop, not hanging her head. You see that tendency. You're always worried about that with your ball club as a manager, and nope, head is still held high. She's in the game. She's ready to go.
Next pitch is fouled straight back. Something to note here with Monica Jones warming up in the pen as she will come back to the dugout. She is playing center field right now, so we will see how that plays a role defensively for the Vikings if she were to come into the game. 2-2 to Howard. She will fly that one out into center, very shallow. Baker's under it, and she will make the play.
You talked about the role of the center fielder. And you talk about how Jordan is commonly out there in center. You may see a little bit of a double switch where you move her to center, get a new right fielder, and make everything work out that way.
So now be the third baseman, Taylor Ulrich. Her first time up was in the second inning where she grounded out to third base. First pitch that she sees will be in there at the knees for a strike. Still 2 runners on, but now 2 away in the inning. No RBIs off of those 2 runs. A couple of not throwing, but a couple of errors made. That one's popped straight back.
Half swing to set you up to an 0-2 count. It's all about protecting your huge opportunity to keep things moving. Your mindset has to shift a little bit. Just protecting against outs, not even about driving the ball anymore.
Quick 2 strikes to Ulrich. Here's the 0-2. She will pop that one over to the right field side, and that one's going to fall just foul. Possibly could have been a good bloop hit there. Probably would have scored Sarah Booth. But instead, a foul ball. So we'll see another 0-2 offering here to Ulrich. And she will leave that one just low. It'll be 1-2. Really good take there. It seemed like she wanted to give that one a go, but lays off.
Very good take, especially when your first pit or your first strike of the at bat was dead on the corner. But let's see how she operates with the 1-2. What's the pitch selection here?
She will leave that one low.
Ooh,
That's actually going to
hits.
catch her on one of her heels, and that will load the bases. And so now we will see the one girl that was warming up in the pen, as she is now stepping into the batter's box. It will be Monica Jones, her first time up. Cracked a single.
The Ducks are on the pond.
That's right, 2 away here, so a pivotal moment here in the bottom of the third. First pitch to Jones is in there for a strike. Monica Jones only with 1 RBI on the season. 2 hits, one of them coming in this game. This would be a really good opportunity to get a couple more RBIs. She'll hit that one softly to Kane, and she hesitated at first, but she'll throw it over to home plate for the third out of the inning. The Vikings strand 3, but they will score 2 to take the lead over Pamlico County. We'll head to the fourth. Top half of the fourth here from Hollywood. Kendall Howard will stay in the game. 8 strikeouts for her so far, but gave up a solo shot in the second inning. 4, 5, and 6 to start the fourth for her. Force, Scott, and Morris. Peyton Force, the first baseman in the box, her first time up, struck out swinging to end the first inning. First pitch that she sees will catch the inside part of the plate for strike 1. The 1 is in there on the
Strike
inside half of
2.
the plate. Once again, a very late strike call there by our home plate umpire. Quick 2 strikes for Howard. A couple of really well-placed strikes at that.
Per the umpire's eyes. Well placed strikes.
0-2
Flare?
is fouled. That one had a lot of spin.
Yep, a little bit of an emergency swing. Hit it off the inside piece of the bat.
So the count will stay at no balls and 2 strikes. Once again, these Hurricanes batters, they've been battling.
They have. They have.
Especially when they have 2 strikes on them early in an at-bat, and that one is in the dirt. That'll roll to the backstop.
Just spiked that one, lost a little bit of a grip. But if anything, you can find a way to use it, set up your next pitch. I think she's going right back to the fastball, though, here. Just straight fastball.
I would do so as well. Got to be a little careful with the cleanup hitter at the plate. And that one's waved at for strike number 3. Make that strikeout number 9 for Kendall Howard. Statistically, that was the Hurricanes' best batter, Peyton Force, batting .429, but she'll set her down on strikes, and it'll now be the shortstop, Sarah Scott, who made a couple of errors back in the third.
First pitch is a ball.
That inside location, especially to right-handed batters so far tonight, has been a little wonky so far.
A little shaky. If anything, I thought that one was a little bit more middle than the last
Yes.
couple, but we'll roll with it for now.
One away in the inning. 1-0 is in there for a strike.
Great frame by the catcher there. Pulled something back from the outside corner.
One thing that I'm noticing from Sarah Scott in this at-bat is she's not even stepping outside of the box after each pitch. She's ready to go every time. Her first time up back in the second, she walked to lead off the inning, but then was eventually caught stealing off of a great throw and a great tag from Lena Zerfis and Ava Gaddis.
And here we go with time. Our coach has called her over.
So she will step out of the batter's box
About to
now.
say, what irony. You decided to make one comment, and here she goes. All the way down the line.
Not quite how I imagined the announcer's jinx would go.
It's real. It has to be. It happens too much.
1-1. She looked like she wanted to square the butt, but pulls back.
Takes high.
Got a little breeze going out here now. Wind kind of blowing in from center. Can't quite tell. Flags suggest that that's blowing in from center.
All I will say is either the announcer's jinx is real or professional sports are lying to us and it is scripted, which I do not believe.
You don't think that it's scripted at all?
No.
Not at all.
No, I can't. I just can't. For
I
strike
feel
two,
like there are a couple of teams, based off their success, I feel like, I don't know,
could be favored.
influence.
I could see that. I could.
I think a couple teams that come to mind are the Los Angeles Dodgers and the Kansas City Chiefs.
Nothing will make me more mad than
2 balls and 2 strikes. That one's just outside, a little up. The count will run full.
nothing will make me more mad when people put up a field goal graphic before the biggest kick of someone's life. It's like they're 25 for 25 from this distance,
Yes,
and they
yes.
always miss. It's always.
Kind of reminds me of the Tyler Loop missed field goal
Yeah. Oh,
to end
wow.
that Steelers-Ravens game. That one's popped straight up. Sarah Booth underneath it. She'll call everyone off and make the grab for out number 2.
Two quick outs. Next up is the 6-hole hitter. It's Kylie Morris.
Kylie Morris struck out, swinging back in the second. 9 strikeouts through 3 2/3 innings pitched for Kendall Howard. That one run given up back in the second off the bat of Allie Daniels, a solo shot that just snuck over the fence. It might have honestly caught a piece of the railing, but nonetheless, it went over the wall for a home run.
And to start us off in this at bat, we have a late strike call, an inside fastball. 0-1.
0-1 is lifted into left. Stocks is in pursuit and
What a
lays
catch.
out for the grab. What a play by Reagan Stocks out there in left field to end the inning. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th. Welcome back, home half of the fourth. We will see a pitching change as Avery Kane's day is done. We'll get to her stats here momentarily after I count them all up. But Kylie Morris will be on the bump now. She was at third base. A bunch of defensive substitutions going on now. Uh, Force will switch from first to third. Then we have Sarah Scott, who was playing shortstop. She's out in center field. The former pitcher, Avery Kane, is playing her position at shortstop right now. Sinclair is still playing at second, but it seems like Kylia Baker is now at first. Brooke Rose in the batter's box. She'll take a pair for balls 1 and 2
A
on the
full
at bat.
a full host of defensive changes. Is it in reaction to back-to-back errors?
It could be. It could be. Next pitch to Rose is just up high. 3-0.
It's one of those things you have to know the tendencies of your club, and if you see a problem that you've seen before, maybe this is the way he's addressed it in the past, because it is a lot of shifts. It is a lot. Ball 4.
And she will take that one and will draw a leadoff walk.
Great and patient start.
So now it'll be Ava Gaddis lineup will turn over for the third time. Last time up, she had that double to get things going to score those runs, and she gets
I mean, a hit
hit.
by pitch.
Oh, that's got to hurt.
Oh, and she is limping slowly. We may have to have a pinch runner here.
That's the second ball we have seen hit a Vikings batter on the foot, and that does not feel good.
Taking a moment. Your biggest fear is always in baseball and softball is that it hits a bone. It's the end of a bone, like the ball on the ankle. It's one of the more frustrating places to get hit. I've had my ribs cracked. I've had an ankle fractured. Like I know those feelings. And she will. She will have a runner come out for her.
Yes, I believe that is number 12, Caitlin Mendel, over there standing on first base. So as we mentioned, Avery Kane's day is completed. Kylie Morris on the mound now. Kane's final line, 3 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs, but neither one of them were earned. No walks, but 1 strikeout to her name. So pretty good job of keeping this Vikings offense in check. Something that I personally was a little curious about. You know, you see that record at 4-7 for Pamlico County, and you're not quite sure what you're going to expect in this game. And you also think about maybe some of the offensive struggles to start this year from Conley.
And she was pitching to contact. Change of speed, change of pace, change of location, and the barrels just weren't connecting hard. And she ended up, if anything, being on the bad end of a couple of errors, but all in all, a great performance from her to neutralize the offense.
So it'll be Harper Bradley now, her first time up, had that single in the first inning, then a fly out to right field back in the third. No balls and 1 strike from Morris. And she will line that right up the middle. Rose is rounding third. She'll score. Mendel on the way to third. And runners on the corners. And an RBI base hit for Harper Bradley.
And that is just what we needed. We're talking about that space between second and short. They are playing wide, and they were able to run, send them on.
And now a very, very dangerous situation for Kylie Morris as she is facing the best hitter in this Vikings lineup. No outs and runners on the corners. There goes Rose. She will take second.
And
Sorry, that was Bradley.
We have a strike on the inside corner to match it. No contest, no throwdown, no coverage. Seems they're content with the scenario.
So now 2 runners in scoring position, no outs. Oh, and a pitch well up high. Lena Zerfis tapping the bat on top of her head. She can't believe that she went around. She wanted to go at first, and then she couldn't quite hold back on the check swing. So
Quick
two
back to
quick
the ball.
strikes to her, and she will ground that one just foul.
Dead in the box. Did that hit her in the foot as well? Just like some
It
pitches. Now
seemed
we have
like,
foul balls off the foot.
yes, it seemed like she had fouled it off herself.
The
But it's a
pitcher
foul
is
ball either way.
the pitcher is working quick. She gets straight back in the circle.
Oh, yeah.
Lines up.
Here's another 0-2 offering. She'll hit that one straight up in the air. That one's carrying a little bit out in the left field. And the ball is dropped by
Down.
Daniels.
It is
Mendel will
down.
score. Bradley is coming home. And Lena Zerfis is in to second.
Just another crucial mistake. Just off the end of the glove. The ball was drifting left a little bit, and that seemed to would have caught her up. She planted her feet. She was stuck on two. It stopped trailing back, and it just flies right over and hits the end of the glove. What a huge drop.
So another pinch running opportunity for Anna Rose. This is the third time she has checked into the game for Lena Zerfis, which also means that Lena Zerfis has reached base 3 times so far today, but is 1 for 3. Reached on an error to shortstop back in the first, then a single, and of course the error just then.
Flared over first.
And that one's going to land fair. Sarah Booth drops a base hit down the right field line. That one, it seemed like it was going foul over here, but
snuck right in.
A base hit to move Rose over to third.
And I'll say that last drop fly ball was an O'Neal Cruz level drop.
Getting flashbacks from Thursday there, Josh. Josh has not mentioned it yet, but he is a Pittsburgh Pirates fan, and me and him were chatting back on Thursday, watching that game against the Mets. Could not believe our eyes seeing Paul Skeens over just go 2 2/3 of an inning.
Oh no, that's fine. Just take me back. Take me back. We did win the game yesterday. Extra innings, a ball hit to the wall. We caught on the wall and won one. So we were able to steal one. But that Mets team's good. They're very good. They're very deep. It helps when you got $300 million. But
so Taylor Getzinger in the box now 0 for 2. And Sarah Booth will take second.
And a 1-1 count.
Her first time up, she popped out to shortstop and then reached on an error in the third off of an error from shortstop. That one's popped straight up in the air. Force is in pursuit. It was Sinclair that tried to make the grab. They'll say it was a fair ball.
I think you have your contact there being near the line. They're going to say that the player kept it fair.
So scored as an E4, and another run scores.
Still nobody out. And
we will see a visit. It may just be a players' meeting. I don't see a coach over there on the mound right now.
Interesting to not have a coach come out here. Is it?
No one's warming up in the pen. But another unearned run given up. Yet another error.
When it rains, it pours.
That's right. 4 errors so far from this Hurricanes defense. And once again, we've mentioned it multiple times. It's something that we talked about before the game even started is how will the defense play out for Pamlico County considering how many errors they've given up this season.
And I was surprised, I thought it would be one unit. We'd be able to identify it a little bit, but it's been a host. It's been sprinkled around.
So Kendall Howard will be in the box now. First pitch to her is at the knees for a strike. She's 0 for 2 today. Ground out to short in the second inning, and then a fly out to center field back in the third. Once again, another really good RBI opportunity for her. Only 6 RBIs on the year. The next pitch is in there for a strike. Runners on second and third in the forms of Taylor Getzinger and Sarah Booth, but no outs in the inning. Already 4 have scored. That one's popped straight up in the air, and the catch is made by Avery Kane. Really good catch there. She and Sinclair were in pursuit That one was probably just going to fall right on the fringe of the infield, but the catch is made for the first out of the inning.
And with that first out, we have a welcome score as we look up at the board, 6-1. A game that was so close just a couple of minutes ago.
Yes.
It's really, the tide has turned. First pitch.
Taylor Ulrich in the box now. 0 for 1, got hit by pitch back in the third. That one going off of her foot as it's 0-1 to her now. 1 out, 2 runners on. It seemed like this Vikings offense was going to struggle based off those first couple innings. So wave at that one for second strike.
And with a clean game, they still would be struggling. It's one of those things going forward. You have to start thinking about, okay, we got through it today, as we'll see an 0-2 count, an 0-2 pitch come up here. We got through it today, but how do we start producing anything to fall?
And that one's cut on and missed for strike number 3 and the second out of the inning. Just the second strikeout of the day from this Vikings offensive lineup, which kind of speaks to just how much contact they have made, how many times they put the ball in play. And that, of course, it's making a difference in this game based off of the errors made.
Yes.
So it'll be Monica Jones at the plate now. She'll take the first pitch low for 1 ball and no strikes. Still runners on second and third, 2 away in the inning. 4 have already come across. Next pitch to Jones is a ball, 2-0.
Back-to-back pitches rolling in the dirt. Let's see if she just more serves something just for a strike. If you're a Conley batter, you don't want to let her just get it over, though. Ball 3.
And once again, that gap between second base and shortstop is wide open. And we did see Monica Jones take advantage of that in her first at-bat with the single as she lined it right back up the middle. I mean, there's just so much space to play with right there.
And
3-0 is in there for a strike.
There was no contest round and home. Normally you try to get your outfielders up and on a gun when somebody's going from second to home, but I mean there just wasn't a contest. You're going such a long way. The cutoffs are all so far. It just did not pan.
Here's the 3-1. That one's grounded. That's going to be in play. And Baker will step on the bag for out number 3, but not before Conley strikes 4 different times here in the bottom of the 4th. 6-1 is the score. We'll head to the 5th. Top half of the 5th inning here from D.H. Conley High School. 6-1 is the score in favor of Conley over Pamlico County. Conley, the number 2 team in the state. First pitch to Daniels is cut on and missed her first time up. She hit that home run off of Kendall Howard, and that's something that we were wondering is if Kendall Howard would be bringing the velocity here.
Little revenge at that. But after an inning like that Conley just had, all you want as a pitcher is just find a way to get back in that dugout as quick as possible. It's all about quick innings. What they say is pitching is a race, and it's only a race to one place, the dugout. That's all it is.
There you go.
All it is.
I guess it helps being a baseball player knowing all these sayings. I
I'm
don't really
trying,
know
man.
all of them. I know some.
I'm throwing it out there.
0-2 to Daniels. Wave that for strike number
A
3.
quick punch out.
That
Getting
was
her
very,
revenge.
very efficient there.
Getting her revenge. I see it.
And that is strikeout number 10 of the ball game. What else is new? Seeing Kendall Howard hit 10 strikeouts in a game.
Now she'll go home and sleep at night. I know that feeling. I've given up 3 home runs in my life.
Yeah.
And man, you can't go home and sleep. It's just something about it. It's something different.
So one away in the inning. It'll be the right fielder, Melody Armstrong. She'll swing at that one, but miss. No balls and 1 strike. Conference play started last week for the Vikings in both baseball and softball. Was really hoping maybe for a little bit of a ramp up in offensive production as conference play hit. And you'd hope to see that, especially as you start inching closer and closer to playoffs.
Yes.
As we know, this team consistently a host throughout the many rounds of the playoffs. Last year, of course, hosting all the way up to the regional final round, where they would ultimately lose the state championship. They are the current number 1 seed in the current projections, but the number 2 team in the state. And that was a very quick out number 2. She'll get Armstrong down looking.
Well, you want your team to be trending in the right direction, right? I mean,
Mm-hmm.
a softball and a baseball season have so many ups and downs, but you want to find yourself kind of explaining, like, hey, was this a one-off thing? Was it a coincidence, or was it a trend, or are we just full on a hot streak? And you want to go into the playoffs probably on a trend that turns into a hot streak. And so, this is one to build on. You have 1 earned run in the game, as you know, like we discussed from the errors. But to build on just the production in general and getting around the base pads, seeing it happen, you're taking a step in the right direction.
And I know that it seems like maybe we're being slightly critical of this team.
For an
They are
undefeated.
they are undefeated. They are 8-0.
Yeah, yeah.
So still incredible
She go.
from the Vikings.
Check down to
And
first.
they say that she went around. So 1 ball and 1 strike to the 9-hole batter, Sinclair.
But once again, for an undefeated team, that's a good thing to do. You don't want to find yourself just, walking over your victories and not addressing what's going on. And so it's a very proud 8-0, and it's something to be enjoyed. But you never want to stop pushing for more.
That's right. One is in there. Tell you what, that one had some gas behind it. You could hear the pop from the mitt all the way back here. 2 quick outs to start the inning and a couple of quick strikes to Sinclair. Here's the 1-2. That one is up high
And a
for ball
flinch,
2.
but a hold. Yeah, after that third pitch, when she threw that strike, you wonder, do you even step back in the box? Do you even get back in?
2 outs and a 2-2 count to the Hurricanes. 9-hole batter Sinclair. Here's the pitch from Howard. And that one's just low. The count will run full. This goes back to what we were talking about earlier. Want to leave something in the zone, especially to the bottom hole batters.
You got plenty of cushion. No need to work around on the full count.
And that one's fouled back.
And you see she's checked way behind. You can
Mhm.
stick with your fastball here.
Even with two outs, even if you give up a base hit, especially up 6-1, it's not going to hurt you.
Nothing to worry about.
If you leave it in the zone, she makes contact, maybe you get the out. But then, if you leave it in the zone, she swings and misses, there you go, the inning's over. I think it's a win-win either way if she places it right, but she will leave that upstairs for the 2-out walk.
Harder to do than to say. You turning over back to the top of the order?
So now it'll be Kylia Baker 0 for 2. 2 strikeouts swinging so far today. Runner on first in the form of Alyssa Sinclair. First pitch to her is going to bloop out into right field. Getzinger's going to miss the play on the ball. And Sinclair will move up to third. And Baker will take second. Good piece of hitting to push that one to the opposite field. And now what seemed like was going to be a 1-2-3 quick and easy and painless inning is now spiraled into you got a couple of runners in scoring position now with two away.
When it comes back in play, you got that first efficient and quick out. You are not in a jam here. As a pitcher, you can't be thinking, I'm in a jam. You have two outs. You're in total control.
Yes, this is a moment where you just have to wipe your mind of what's going on right here on the base paths. Just throw strikes.
And that's why that first out is king, as we see a foul ball pushed off to the right on a fastball there. Because if you were playing with one out and she got that hit and you're in second and third, even if you struck this girl out, your mindset is still, oh, I'm in a jam. You need the peace and control of knowing you've had two outs, you're in a stable spot. Just go after the batter, there's nothing else to worry about.
Two away, two on. Here's the 0-1. A change of speeds there, and that one's going to find the zone. It'll be 0-2.
A lot of drop on that one. So what do you think? Did she double up or did she just blow it by her?
I would personally in this spot, I would blow it right by her, see what you get. I'd probably leave it just a little high, maybe at the letters. We'll see what we get here, and that one's going to hit her. And now the bases will be loaded for the 3 spot, Avery Kane.
Our first hit by pitch that was not on an ankle or a foot.
Yeah, there you
Something a
go.
little different. But I'll be honest, if either of us had the ability to underhand throw a ball that hard, then I would blow by him too.
Yes.
I would just throw it up there, let it fly.
One thing that I always have, well, one thing that I've thought about throughout this year that I've wanted to always see is a pitch speed gun behind home plate for softball. Of course, we have one over there at the baseball field,
Yeah.
but
Yep.
there is nothing over here for softball. I'd be curious to see how hard Kendall Howard is throwing.
I see a spot you could put it right there on the house.
Oh yeah,
Out of here at the crossroads.
I believe baseball invested in Rapsodo, and from the sound of it, it was not cheap, even with that. What's the other one? That's really high dollar that a lot of
Oh man.
places use. I don't know if
If
you
you
know,
wouldn't have
Josh.
asked me, I would even be able to help
There's
you.
there's another one. They were mentioning this in an interview at Pirate Radio. Head coach Jason Mills was talking about their purchase of the Rapsodo. That
And
one's
to a
calling
1-2.
us 1-2 now, but it seemed like they went with the cheaper option. Even the cheaper option just seemed like, oh my goodness, this is astronomically high. But then I think about like fundraising and stuff like that. I know as for the soccer team, we fundraise, we pay for certain things. I mean, we fundraise about $10,000.
Yeah.
If you do that for the baseball team, you could spend it on that. That one's up high, but swung and missed that for out number 3. So Kendall Howard will strand 3 runners and get out of the jam. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th. Welcome back, home half of the fifth inning here at the Crossroads. Kylie Morris will stay in the ball game as the pitcher.
And they seem to have liked their defensive changes. Nothing new in particular. Rolling out that second unit.
Last inning, Morris gave up 4 runs, but only one of them was earned off the bat of Harper Bradley, scoring Brooke Rose.
Ooh.
That one is ripped out into right field, but the catch is made by Armstrong. We might have a pinch hitter here. I'm not totally sure.
Let's see if the booth announces anything. Nothing that I heard.
I can't quite tell from here. It seems like a double-digit number.
As you
Not
have your
here.
first pitch.
That is Caitlin Mendel. That is in play. She's in place of Brooke Rose.
And there's strike one. As a fastball down the middle.
Oh, 1 is lifted in the foul territory. Here's the 0-2. That one's going to be just low for ball 1.
As that one hits the umpire. He started backing away. As an umpire, let's see if he's got good form or not.
Now, actually, now that I'm looking at it, Caitlin Mendel is replacing Ava Gaddis. I see Harper Bradley standing in the on-deck circle. That one's waved at for strike number 3. Seemed like a change of speeds there to get Mendel down on strikes.
And a quick 2 outs to follow up after a long inning.
So now it'll be Harper Bradley, 2 for 3 for her so far today. A couple of singles and a fly out to right field. First pitch that she sees will be in there for strike.
It looked a bit high. Maybe the umpire didn't like her walk-up music. I don't know. I don't know.
Harper Bradley with the only RBI for this Vikings lineup. She will pop that to shortstop for a very fast 1-2-3 inning. We'll head to the top of the 6th here from the Hollywood Crossroads. Welcome back, top half of the 6th inning here from DH Conley, the number 2 team in the state. Conley up 6-1 over Pamlico County. Typically, this is the part where I mention a notable alumni, any state championships for the visiting team. But unfortunately, in my research last night, I did not find anything. There wasn't much on Pamlico County, so I apologize for not mentioning anything here. If there is anyone out there that does know anything about alumni or anything like that from Pamlico County, I would love to know myself, honestly. Kendall Howard still out there on the mound.
As we have 1 ball and 1 strike. Maybe, I mean, if you've ever been to Pamlico County, maybe there's something about the city that, or the county itself, might be a point of highlight. Not
Maybe
too
so.
much. Go take a little research.
I've done a good bit of fishing on the Pamlico River. I did catch a pretty good sized trout, I'll say. It was probably about this big.
You know what? Maybe that's our alumni of the night.
Yeah, the trout. Shout out to the trout that I caught
Not Mike
on the
Trout.
Pamlico. Not Mike Trout,
Not
who
Mike
is
Trout.
off to a pretty good start on the season, which I love to see.
Oh, the
By the
nostalgia.
way, ECU commit, if you don't know. Mike Trout, the ECU commit.
Here's your 1-2.
I do have his rookie card
Change
from
up.
ECU.
Change up, strike 3.
Strikeout number 11, I believe. 1, 2, 3. No, strikeout number 13 on the day for Kendall Howard.
Oh, so you said the Mike Trout commit card. TCU, huh?
Yes, I do. I looked it up. It's not worth anything,
Oh, no.
unfortunately.
Dude, every card you get as a kid you think is worth $1 million.
Well, look, it's Mike Trout, and it's a rookie ECU card. I mean, that's
yeah.
got to be worth something. No,
Yeah.
it's not.
Man, my dad had a really good Mariano Rivera.
Oh, wow.
Old closer for the Yankees for
Yeah.
the non-ball knowers, man.
Mr. Sandman.
Foul ball.
So Peyton Force set down on strikes back in that last at bat. She's 0 for 3 today, and it's Sarah Scott, who was at shortstop, made a couple errors, but is now playing center field. She is 0 for 1, popped out to second base in the 4th inning, and then a walk in the 2nd, where she was eventually caught stealing. Kendall Howard threw 5 innings. That one's upstairs, 5 1/3, 13 strikeouts for her, giving up that 1 earned run back in the 2nd off the bat of Allie Daniels. A solo shot to left field. One away in the inning to Scotts. That one's upstairs, 3 balls and a strike. The temperature has dropped a good bit since we started, especially since the sun has pretty much gone down. Wind's picked up just a little bit, blowing out to center field. 3-1
And a full count.
is in there for a strike.
Late call once again, huh?
Scott was standing in the box there for a second. I was a little confused if it was a strike or not, but the count will run full.
Fortunate we don't have an ABS system where you don't tap your helmet quick. Cause,
the ABS system has played a big role so far in the season. 3-2 is up high for ball 4, but what do you think of the ABS system?
Well, I was just saying for these girls right here, they would have a hard time knowing when to tap the helmet, when not to.
Yes.
But I love the ABS system, man. What if it could trickle its way down to high school?
I saw that one at bat. Was it with Suarez the other day? No.
Are you talking about the Twins game where the manager got ejected?
No,
Oh,
it wasn't
man.
that one. I think it was a Reds player.
Yes.
He did it 2 straight pitches in a row, and he got both of the calls. And it seemed the umpire called them both for strikes. It would have been a strikeout, but he eventually walked.
To be honest, I can't imagine being an umpire in that scenario. It's like, hey, a
Yes.
full stadium looking down at you,
Yes.
and you have the miss.
It has to be embarrassing. So the now pitcher, Kylie Morris, is in the box. She'll check swing. And what a catch. I believe that is Matt Grace up there in the stands. And then the flip back over to Kendall Howard. I mean, what a catch there in the stands and the throw. Oh, my word.
It's a whole community of people that play ball. That's fun. That is one beautiful thing about Pitt County. I know they're from Pamlico, but they come down here. There are just baseball and softball fields everywhere.
Yes.
It's rich. It's a rich culture.
Well, I mean, we have the Little League World Series here in Greenville for softball, and that event brings in a ton of people. I mean, have you seen Elm Street
Oh,
when the
absolutely.
event is here? I mean, it is rocking down Elm Street in
Especially
August.
especially with a couple of girls on this team that, if we're remembering correctly, played on those teams.
Yes. Here's the 1-2. She will check her swing on the pitch up high. The appeal
I think you'll
down.
get this one.
They'll say
No.
that she did not go. It seemed almost from our angle she had just barely broken the plane, but 2 balls and 2 strikes is now the count.
That was more of a reaction than anything. She was kind of darting out of the way, but which maybe is why they gave it to her. But they looked mighty close. And here's your 2-2.
So a runner on first with one away, and that's a swing and a miss there for strikeout number 14 of the game for Kendall Howard. So now she will face the one that gave the Hurricanes their only run of the game up to this point. Allie Daniels with that solo home run back in the second, just snuck over the left field wall. She will try and hold back on her swing, but goes around for strike number 1. That first time up was the home run, but then back in the fifth for her second time up, a strikeout from Kendall Howard, maybe a little bit of revenge on Daniels. 2 away in the inning. Runner on first. She will just barely clip that one. Will go to the backstop.
Sending us into a full count. The first pitch, she could have maybe jumped and hit with her hand, and she swung. And that one was down the middle. Let's see where she attacks. Probably aiming for a chase. But we'll find out here soon as the 0-2 is coming.
Oh, 2 swung on and missed. Strikeout number 15 for Kendall Howard. We will head to the home half of the 6th. Vikings up 6-1. Welcome back, home half of the 6th. Lena Zerfus will start things off for this Vikings lineup. Kylie Morris still on the mound. She's through 2 innings. 4 runs, only 1 earned. However, a couple of bad errors made there in the 4th inning, which led to that 4 spot. Here's the 1-0. That one's up high. She'll lay off 2 balls and no strikes. Here's the 2-0. That one's popped foul.
We've seen there's been a lot of green light on 2-0 counts. We've really only had 1 3-0 in the game that I remember. Every time it's gotten to 2-0, it's been real aggressive, so might hold off here.
This pitch low. The count will move to 2-2. Or sorry, 3-1. Was not thinking there. It's getting late. It's a Monday.
Hey, if you were umpire, you could have called it a strike.
I
People
could
wouldn't
have.
agree.
Yes.
But you have all the power back there.
Here's the 3-1. That
Shot.
one's lined right back up the middle for a base hit. So a leadoff single for Lena Zerfus here in the 6th.
Textbook batting cage swing, pushing the ball right up the middle. You caught it even barrel. Not too loud of a noise. I was kind of surprised with the velo. There wasn't a lot
Yes.
of noise off the bat. It was
It
a quiet
almost, I mean, I know you
slap.
mentioned it was good barrel. From what I saw, it almost seemed like she had gotten slightly jammed. But either way,
Yeah.
it's a base hit.
Yeah, the center posture. I mean, she put it right down the middle of the field.
So it
Oh,
seems
we
like
got a
we're
little
having a
meeting?
conversation between home plate umpire and the catcher, Haley Shamlin. So now will be the 4-hole batter, Sarah Booth. 1 for 3 on the night, strikeout. Reached on an error back in the 3rd, and then a base knock in the 4th.
Sometimes as an umpire, you just got to get some dinner recommendations and call a little time, talk with everybody near you, see what's going on. They think we're so mean back there. I promise we're not.
1-0 is low. 2 balls and no strikes. Loving the dugout chants right now from the softball team. That's one thing that I love about softball is all the dugout chants. And the 2-0 will catch the inside part of the plate. Be 2-1.
They had the bucket drums going in like the second inning. I thought that was really cool. That was maybe my favorite. There's no chant, but still. Well,
And that
then.
one's going to roll all the way to the backstop. We did have a pinch runner in place of Lena Zerfus, and I apologize, but I do not have number 3 on the roster, so I am not quite sure who is standing over there on second base.
But she will tally a stolen base on a pass ball.
So runner in scoring position with no outs to Sarah Booth. 3-1 is taken for a strike, and the count will run full. Seems like Morris will
Got
call
time.
time. This is a big time pitch right here. Runner on scoring position with no outs to the cleanup hitter. And that one's popped straight up in the air.
And it's
That's
trouble.
Kane that ranged over but dropped it. The runner's going to go over to third. The tag is applied for the out. So the ball was ultimately dropped, and another error from the Pamlico defense. But the throw over to third will get the runner. Seemed like she wasn't sure if she wanted to go or stay there.
First base coach and the runner did a good job of making sure you took advantage of the time. You went ahead and advanced to second.
So still a runner on second base, but 1 out in the inning. There goes Booth. She'll
She's
head
an
down
easy.
to third base. So a runner on third, 1 away. Another good RBI opportunity here for Taylor Getzinger. 3 RBIs on the season, looking to make it possibly 4, maybe 5. That one's lined out into center field. The catch is
What a
made. Wow,
catch.
what a catch. Booth will not tag up. But what a snag there by Sarah Scott.
Great catch by Sarah Scott, laying it all on the line. But a base runner mistake there. You have to be ready.
Yes.
Tagged up. You're on third base. You know the ball's skied. You might as well go ahead and set up.
Would you have run there, Josh?
As soon as I saw the dive, yes. Because I haven't tested that arm all day.
Yes.
And when the dive positions me in a way to run. I know it's shallow, but you still had a little time to make it all work.
2 away for Kendall Howard. She'll swing, chase that one up high for a strike.
You know, for the errors today, the diving plays have been intact. I mean, they've been for it. That's 2. That's 2 for them, 1 for Conley.
5 errors for Pamlico County so far. They've done a little bit better here in these past couple of innings. We'll see if they can get the last out here in the bottom of the 6th. Still a runner on third in the form of Sarah Booth. And Kendall Howard will line that off of the light pole. One ball and two strikes, two away in the inning for the pitcher, Kendall Howard. That one's fouled straight back, and we'll do it again.
Way to survive, just a piece.
An interesting color matchup tonight. That's one thing that we have not mentioned. Pamlico County wearing that black fading into yellow
Yeah,
jersey, and
absolutely.
then the yellow jersey from Conley. So far this year, we've seen all white jerseys throughout all of the home games. 1-2 is up high, 2-2 now, but mixing it up a little bit here in this one, wearing the yellow jerseys.
How much are we a yellow fan?
I'm
Well,
not I'm not too big on the color yellow. I think especially when it comes to sports, I'm not really big on them for jerseys. Kendall Howard will fly that one out to right field. Stewart comes.
another
Oh my
diving
goodness!
catch. Wow.
Wow. Sarah Scott with two diving plays, and that will end the sixth. Conley up 6-1. Last call for the Hurricanes. Welcome back. Top of the seventh inning. Last chance for the Pamlico County Hurricanes to maybe get a couple here and tie things up. It is 6-1 in favor of the Vikings. Kendall Howard will stay out there on the mound. 15 strikeouts from her tonight through 6 innings. We'll see if she can get a couple more. She'll face 8, 9, and 1 here. Melody Armstrong in the box. She squared the bunt, but she was kind of waggling the bat around a little bit. She wasn't quite sure if she wanted to stay with the bunt or maybe pull back.
Well, you're in the scenario. You're down big. You're on the road. You're in the last inning. Most teams implement the strategy of taking till you get a first strike, the bunt waggle, kind of an old trick, but not something you see much anymore.
0-1
1-1.
is up high. 1 ball and 1 strike now. One is in there for a strike. Here's the 1-2. That one's going to be just upstairs. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
And the moon has made an appearance at the game. Here to watch the last half.
There you go.
That's good.
Sun is officially set here at Conley. A little chilly, a little breeze blowing. And that was a very fast pitch in on the hands. She barely got a piece of that one. I mean, from here, that pitch seemed really, really fast.
Is that a personal comment on you being chilly?
Yes.
Was
yes.
that more of just like,
Yes.
you know, it's
yes.
a little bit?
Yes. It's a little,
It's you.
chilly
It's you
out here.
feeling it. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. That's the one downside of not having a true booth is that you got to feel all the elements out here. The 1-2 is
Ooh.
taken right down the middle for strikeout number 16.
We'll have to check on the records here. We'll have to check on the school records, but this
I
is
I
incredible.
some I need to get fact checked on this. The one downside again to broadcasting high school games is that I do not have a producer or some kind of statistician sitting next to me that can pull these things out of the hat for me to see. First pitch to Sinclair is swung on and missed for strike one.
I mean, she has filled it up. Every single thing I was talking about when I first came to the game, what I've heard, it's been that and more. The velo, the off speed, composure.
0-1 is just inside. 1 ball and 1 strike to the 9-hole batter. Sinclair so far in this one 0 for 1, had a walk back in the 5th inning, but then a strikeout swinging in the 3rd. 1-1 is up high, 2 balls and a strike. Finally crossed 8 o'clock here on the night. Been playing for nearly 2 hours here at the Crossroads. Two one, up high, 3-1. One away in the inning. Here's the 3-1. That one's cut on and missed. Blew it right by her, and the count will run full.
We get another full count. Just go right after.
Being the 9-hole batter, one away in the inning, no runners on base. You have a 5-run cushion. You might as well maybe give her something to hit. There's something in the zone here. And she will do just that. Oh, but it's
Oh,
just
a
out of
close ball
side of the
four.
zone. I thought for sure that was strike number 3, but instead a 1-out walk for Alyssa Sinclair.
This is where we talk about ABS coming to high school right there. That looked very clean. And the lady in the back was warming up the vocal cords, about getting ready to sing, but umpire had other things. Said slow
That's a
down.
pretty good reference right there, Josh, I will say.
You know.
So the lineup will turn over. This is the 4th time through the lineup for the Hurricanes. Kalia Baker at the plate. She's 1 for 3. Had that double back in the 5th, but then a pair of strikeouts outside of that.
And this is a good mound meeting right here. You want to get to her and go talk to her before any type of pressure point comes, because things start building really quick if you get a walk here or a blue pit or whatever happens. Let's go ahead and address it now and set up to get out of here.
Here's the 1-0. That one's up high, 2 balls and no strikes.
Been missing high a lot this inning.
You would love to really get an out here. It doesn't really matter what the runner on first does. We just really like to get an out here, especially as you get closer towards the center of the order, where there might be a couple of base knocks that come about. Especially now, with this being the 4th time through, they've seen all of her pitches. They've seen her multiple times. Maybe they can get a better feel. That one's fouled straight back.
Get you to a 2-strike count there. But this has been the tendency all day. We get the 2 strikes and we just push it to a full no matter what. We missed pretty bad on some 2-2s. This is time to rectify those things. You know the runner's probably not going anywhere.
Here's the 2-2. That one's
Strike
cut
3.
on and missed. Got her swinging on the off-speed pitch for strikeout number 17.
Now the bells are ringing. Lady's getting ready to sing. She's got the mic out. She's standing close by.
2 away here for the 2-hole batter, Shamblin, the catcher. First pitch that she sees is up high for ball one. Tonight she is 0 for 1 with a strikeout, a walk, and a hit by pitch. Runner on first. 6-1 here in the top of the seventh. And that one is floated into foul territory, and that will fall. Foul.
Fights it off. A lot of late hacks. All those foul balls going to the right field fence or the first baseline fence.
One. That one's up high. Good take there. And the throw down to first base is not quite in time. Lena Zerfus checking on that runner at first a couple of times in this at-bat. She made the throw down, but couldn't quite get her. Nonetheless, that was a really good throw down to Sarah Booth at first.
And here comes your 2-1, and we got a time. Backing out of the box real quick, rethink some things.
Two balls and a strike. That one's lifted back into the cage. And 2 balls and 2 strikes is now the count.
Down to the last inkling of hope, down to the last strike.
And that'll be the last call for Pamlico County. Down to their last strike. Here's the pitch from Howard. That one's grounded over to Bradley at second. She'll make the throw over to Sarah Booth for out number 3 of the inning, and that will do things here from D.H. Conley High School. Final score 6-1. Kendall Howard with a huge game. Full box score and post-game recap coming after this. Don't go anywhere here on DHC Game Day. Probably just a little bit. All right, guys. Final score 6-1 in favor of the Vikes. Wasn't quite the game that I expected offensively. I don't know about you, Josh,
No,
but
same here.
one thing that we did expect was probably the errors, 37 errors for Pamlico County coming into this game. Then, of course, they had 6 errors to end the game. Josh, your final thoughts on the game?
Oh, the real story of the night: 18 punch outs of the 20
17
or
punch outs, but
17.
yes,
17. That's right. That
we,
ball
we,
didn't
we
go in.
were hoping for 18, but
Oh,
yes,
right.
17.
17 punch outs in a single game. Just
Yes.
simply incredible. And, I mean, the girls on the other side, they put the ball in play. And it's all the saying of putting the ball in play and good things will happen. Whether it's by errors or hits, they still scored the runs. And so, a good day to be a Viking, a rough day
Oh,
to
yeah.
be a Cane, but all in the same, a good time out at the ballpark.
So, final pitching box scores. Avery Kane went 3 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs. Neither of them were earned. And then no walks and a strikeout for her. Uh, Other than her, Kylie Morris, 3 innings pitched, 3 hits, 4 runs. Only one of those was earned. That came off the bat of Harper Bradley. 1 walk, and then 1 strikeout. So pretty efficient putting the ball in play. We did mention that
Yes.
as there were only 2 strikeouts total from this Vikings lineup, which was very good to see. You always love to see contact, no matter what it is.
Absolutely. And we saw a big fly tonight.
We did.
We
We did
did
see
see
a big
one get
fly.
out.
So that was off the bat of Allie Daniels with that solo shot right over to my right, just over the left field fence. So now moving on to the Conley side of things, Kendall Howard. I mean, what else do I
Yes.
say? 7 innings, 4 hits, 1 run that was earned off that solo shot to left field back in the second. 5 walks and then 17 strikeouts. Oh my word, that is incredible. But a little rare that you do see 9 base runners given up by Kendall Howard.
Yeah, absolutely.
So she completed the whole game, only giving up that 1 run through those 7 innings. We will see how the pitching stacks up this weekend, as there is an Easter tournament. The Vikings will play 3 games. But now for the offensive side of things, not a whole lot to speak of. 6 runs off of 7 hits. The large majority of those runs were unearned, of course, off of some fielding errors. The one earned run came off the bat of Harper Bradley, as I mentioned already. That base hit back in the fourth, which scored Brooke Rose. A couple of base hits sprinkled throughout the lineup. Lena Zerfis with another 2-hit night, reached base all 4 times, had 2 singles, and then 2 times reached on errors. So that is going to do things here from DH Conley. Final box score 6-1 is the final. 7-4 on hits in favor of the Vikings, and then 6 errors for Pamlico County, no errors for Conley. 9 left on base for Conley, and then 7 left on base for Pamlico County. That's going to do things here. I'm Cole Martin. He's Josh Rochester. Thank you for joining me tonight, Josh.
Oh,
Hopefully, we can do a couple more
yeah,
in the
absolutely.
future of these broadcasts. The next live stream we will be doing will be on Wednesday as baseball takes on Cedar Ridge in the Pitt County Classic. That's actually going to be at Guy Smith Stadium. So we got permission to live stream that. Shout out to Clay Medlin. Thank you for allowing us to live
Absolutely.
stream on Wednesday. Can't wait to do that. But then after that, softball has a big weekend with the Easter tournament right here at DH Conley, which we will be live streaming a few of those games, not all of them. But with that being said, go Vikes and God bless.
Go Vikes. God bless.